Good morning. It has been a minute since I have been on this camera, and there have been so many life changes that have happened since my last vlog. So as you can see, we have moved. I started prep like 2 weeks ago. There's a lot to update you guys on. So I'm gonna take you through my day, a day in the life of prep, and give you guys the tea on why we moved, what's going on with prep, what our goals are. We picked some show dates too, so I'm very, very excited about it. This morning I woke up and I just did a couple of little work things to get the morning started. I'm about to do a couple of consultations, eat my breakfast, and then head off to the gym. So I will take you guys along with me. These new stevias that I have been using in my coffee lately. I used to be a skinny syrup girl, but I've recently switched to more of like a stevia route, whatever. But it helps my gut. It makes my gut just like a little bit less inflamed. My digestion's a little bit better, and these flavors are good. So this is the Now Foods dark chocolate, and then I also have the English toffee one. And let me just tell you, when you combine this dark chocolate flavor with this First Form collagen, it's peanut butter flavored. It is like a Reese's cup latte every single morning. I look forward to it every single morning. So not affiliated with First Form by any means, and I got this on Amazon. So 10 out of 10, recommend trying this latte. Original plan to do like a whole chit chat, get ready with me, talk about life updates, things like that. And then I went on a makeup hiatus, so I just like don't really do that much makeup anymore. I have my lashes on, but then I just put on like brow gel, a little bit of bottom lash mascara. It takes me like 5 minutes. So we're still gonna do that, but as a little mini portion of this video to talk about why we moved. Start with a little Essence mascara for the bottom lashes, and we just moved at the end of 2 weeks ago, last week maybe, but it was right in the middle of May, and then we moved literally the day before we went to EDC Las Vegas, which is an EDM festival if you guys aren't aware, and it was literally the best festival of my entire life. I loved every single second of it, and we will absolutely be those people that go every single year because it was just that phenomenal. But we came back on Monday morning to a brand new apartment. Luckily, we had unpacked for the most part. We just had a couple of boxes left over because we like made sure that we did that. We knew that we would have been like super stressed out if we got home and this whole place just like wasn't unpacked. So bless up to these women that I found on Thumbtack that came to our apartment, helped us unpack everything on Friday morning so that we could go to EDC on Friday evening. But yeah, moved on Thursday, EDC Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way up into Monday morning. I came home on Monday morning and sent my check-in photos for my first check-in of prep. So a lot of stuff was going on during that little stint of the month, last month. And I'm really grateful that we did it all in one little go so that we didn't have to break it up. I'm definitely like a controlled chaos girl. I like all of the things happening at once, so then when it's over, it's over. By the way, this is the e.l.f. brow gel in brunette. I think it was like $3. It's called the Wow Brow. Very nice for when I don't want to do like my full brow pencil routine. I will fill in the beginnings of them and the tails just a little bit, but this kind of does the trick. Now, back to moving. Chat and I ultimately just decided that a house was a lot of responsibility for where we're at in our lives right now. We're just really focused on growing Beyond Built, which I am now a part of. That is another update. Monarch decided to merge with Beyond Built, and I am so excited about it. We genuinely have never been happier. We knew that we wanted to do this together one day, and the day arrived and the opportunity presented itself. So we were all like, hell yeah. And that is just primarily our focus right now. And we just don't want to have to deal with like landscaping and taking care of all of the house related things that we just like don't really care about. We absolutely took care of the house while we were there, got burned by a landscaper, so now we have to like replace plants and shit, and we're just like, this is just too much. We just don't want to have to deal with all of this. So we found this dope apartment complex that was like 10-ish minutes away. We're still in Las Vegas and still relatively in the same area, still like 10 minutes from the gym that we go to, and it's just such like a smaller environment, which I really appreciate. Chad and I really like a more intimate setting for us to live in, so that's been a ton of fun. We got a little 2-bedroom apartment. My desk is in like on a wall of our bedroom. Chad has his own little office, so we very much both like have our own space. Chad needs more of an office than I do. I like to get a little variety in my life. I like to work in multiple areas of the house. Oh, Anastasia brow wiz. This is in taupe because this is actually from when I had a little bit lighter hair, but I still use it to fill in like the beginnings and the ends of my brows because it works as long as the brow gel itself is a little bit darker. I just use this to fill in all of the little gaps that the gel just like can't really get into. I wouldn't say that the e.l.f. Wow Brow is a direct dupe for the Gimme Brow by Benefit. I used that for a really, really long time, but for like $3 comparable-ish, it'll get the job done. But I like to work in multiple areas. This place has a really cool business center as well with a really dope coffee machine in there, so I can go work there. Chad and I went to the pool yesterday midday, which I also missed so much. Not having a pool in Vegas during the summer was a feat last year, and I'm just very glad that we have all of that going into this year. So a little bit less responsibility, less for us to have to deal with, so that we can just live and focus on Beyond Built and being in our 20s and not have that kind of responsibility on our plates. Just not our priority. I'm very glad that we did it though for the experience, because I think it would have been something that we had always wanted to try, and then we would have ended up moving again and then moving back into an apartment. So it all happened exactly how it was meant to. One of my favorite parts about this apartment is the LED lighting that we have in the bathrooms. I will give you guys a full walkthrough of the apartment to show you what it looks like once Chad and I put our laundry away. So it's a little bit cleaner in here, but I really do love it. I swear, one eyebrow always like cooperates, and then we have the ugly stepsister, the trouble child. I know that they should be sisters, not twins. Very important, but just wish they like kinda cooperated, you know? It just takes a little bit more manipulation. Now that is close to being it for the eyes. I'm just gonna take a Q-tip and get the mascara underneath my lower lashes, and we can kind of call it. I am very much a get the job done, and it's okay if it's a little bit messy kind of girl, because you can't build up your lashes in a way that they're like big and voluminous and full if you don't kind of like get it everywhere. So when I'm doing normal mascara as well on top, I will do like all of that first before I even do my eyeshadow, so that I can go in, clean it up, and then do the rest of my face. And now for my face, you know the drill. Maybelline BB cream. This is the shade Medium Sheer Tint 120. You don't need that much. It has a decent bit of coverage on it, and you just, I am a fingers girl. I feel like this applies the best with your fingers. I think a brush leaves it a little streaky, and then if you use a beauty blender with something that is very like water-based like this, you're gonna end up just like wasting a ton of product, because it's going to absorb it, because that's what beauty blenders do. Look at that coverage. Getting ready is a little bit more of a production now, and I think that's also why I haven't been doing makeup as often, because at our last house I had a little vanity that I could sit down at and physically do my makeup, and here we don't have that. So I stand and do my makeup, which is fine, but my brushes are in like a little closet over there, and then my makeup is underneath here. So it takes a little bit more effort, and I've just been like, no. I'm just gonna put some powder on my eyes to even that out, because I think we're gonna film a little bit at the gym today. Got one massive spot right here. I'm not quite sure what she is doing, but I find that using a mineral or powder foundation, this is the Fit Cover one in Lift. I worked with them for forever back in the day, and I still use all their stuff. I think it's phenomenal. I just really love trying different products, you know? But the combination of the mineral foundation and then that tinted moisturizer gives all of the coverage that you need for day to day. I don't even always put this all over my face, especially now that Vegas is getting so hot, but that is a phenomenal amount of coverage for not that much product. I'm gonna go into bronzer. I haven't self-tanned in a minute, and it is definitely summertime here. I need to get out and tan a little bit because I like the feeling of the sun on my skin for one, and then also just like not having to apply self-tan is very convenient if I was just that color. But until then, it also provides a nice little contour, you know? Until we get a little bit deeper into prep because we still have a bulking face. I'm just gonna take that same bronzer a little bit in the crease of my eyeballs for some dimension. It's so subtle, but look at the difference that makes. Only a trained makeup eye would be able to know that you have like intentionally put that there. You know, if you see like a little bit of a shadow. Choosing my character of the day, which is my blush, because it changes your entire personality. We are doing Max Warm Soul. Shout out to Casey Holmes, who was one of my first ever beauty influencers that I followed. And this was like her thing. So Casey made me buy it. I was gonna use another highlighter, but I can't find it. So we're gonna use the Becca Afterglow palette, which is old. Like it's been a minute since I've had it, but I still have a decent bit of highlighter in here. Beautiful colors. I don't know why I didn't ever finish this. In Moonstone. This was also one of my first like high-end highlighters I think I used. And I got the Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill. I was so into makeup. That was my original plan for my life. This is the finished face, just very fresh, natural, enough put together, you know? So gonna do my hair, get changed for the gym, and I will catch you guys later. I really wanted to do a high messy bun today, but my hair had other plans. It is hair washing day and she needs some TLC. So low bun it is, but wanted to show you guys my outfit of the day. We have some sort of Alibaba top, but the back is super cute, so it's very much a back day. Sports bra, we have navigation shorts. Again, I got these from Alibaba because I ordered this all in one go. My friend Erica wears navigation all day, every day, and I wanted to try it before I like balled on it. And honestly, not mad about it. And then my shoes, star of the show. We have these pink and black Jordans with a zipper. With the zipper on the side, it makes it so easy to put on. So gonna mix up my pre-workout and head out to the gym. I just pulled up at the gym. I had to stop and get gas on the way here because team don't stop on the way home. It will never happen. Had to make sure that I did that. And now we are here. We're gonna train back. I'm gonna film a couple of clips for you guys, do a little voiceover action to explain kind of what we're doing with my training, what's changed, what's not gonna change, things like that. But very excited for this pull day. Let's get into it. Starting off my pull day, warming up with this PVC pipe that I have right here. It really just helps me check in with my body to see what areas might need a little bit more TLC that day, if anywhere needs a little bit more warming up. And then I also love that it helps me just get a little bit warm before I actually get into my movements. So I'm actually starting off my workout with a barbell movement, which is pretty typical of any workout. You want to start your days with the bigger compound movements and the ones that are just going to be generally more taxing. And this is where the swaps kind of come in. So going into this prep, we took out a lot of my strict barbell movements because they are pretty taxing on the body. And when you are going into a calorie deficit where your food's getting lower, your cardio is getting a little bit higher, our goal is to minimize stress on the body and manage fatigue as much as we can so that we can continue to progress in our movements in the deficit, because you want to give your body a reason to keep that tissue around. When you go into a calorie deficit, you can actually end up losing muscle if you're not
giving your body enough of a stimulus to keep it around. So if I'm feeling super weak and I'm not recovering and I'm not able to push as much weight or as many reps and my total volume drops, then I could be at risk for losing tissue, which is not what we want. I've worked so hard to put this muscle on to be competitive on stage, and the last thing that we want to do is to take off this tissue, because then I'll look smaller on stage and I won't have as high of a calorie threshold to actually eat, both in prep and out of prep. So the goal is to keep on as much tissue as possible. So that's why we swapped out movements, and you're gonna see me work with a lot of cables and machines here just to minimize stress and fatigue. So that's going to wrap up my pull day, and I am excited to continue to show you guys how my workouts change over my prep.
Saw was my bicep curls at the gym. I did have one more set of a giant set of machine curls, but my camera said battery is exhausted. So like, same girl, I feel you. But I ran home, shoved a meal in my face, and then I had a project management call with some of my business girlies and supporting them with what they have going on in their business. And then since then, I've been figuring out if my lab results have come in yet. I got labs done last Friday, so it's currently Thursday. It's been almost a full week, so they should be in by now. Hopefully they come in, and I'll do like a review, a read, a rundown of what we're doing, because I started working with this company called Transcend. And what's cool about Transcend is that they actually like help bodybuilding people with their hormones, and I want to make sure that going into my prep I make the most out of my hormonal health and just like keep all systems where they need to be as much as I possibly can be, because prep isn't something that's like healthy per se. It's not like good for your hormones, it's not good for any of that. So I want to do the best of my ability to keep my body as healthy as possible. So very excited to get those back in and to show you guys the results. We'll keep you updated on all of that as I do go through my prep. But for the rest of the afternoon, I'm going to do some back end work. I need to go and do some cardio, some posing, some steps tonight. So we got a lot on our plate. I'm gonna have my little mid-afternoon cup of coffee, have a little electrolyte drink, because I like to sip on like 3 different drinks while I'm working to keep me focused. And that's what I have going on this afternoon. It's later, we have another update. I'm not going to be sitting here working for a little bit. I'm going to go back to our house because we have to return our keys and things. It is our final send off and then good riddance to house life. So very excited to go turn our keys and garage door opener in. We have people that are doing like our deep move out clean, the carpet and everything. Cheers. Very excited to be done so that we can check that off our list. And this weekend we are going to the East Coast to be with my family for a family vacation. We're not gonna go for like the whole week, but we're going to go from Saturday until Wednesday morning. And I'm very excited to see all of them. I've been very stressed about this whole house thing. And now that it's done, I can actually go and enjoy the time that we're going to have there. So going to take care of these things, adulting things, check them off the list, and we'll come back and work and pose and steps and cardio tonight. It is official. Our house is move out clean and ready. I literally didn't show it on my social media for the entire time that we lived there. So now, beautiful house that we got to live in. So grateful that we had this experience, because it really just showed Chad and I something that we thought we wanted and that we ultimately did not want. And that was kind of like the theme of this year for me, is figuring out what I don't want out of life. And I came to that conclusion first when I went to Tulum at the beginning of this year, and I just saw their way of living and how carefree they were. They didn't live to work, they worked to live. And I was like, dang, everyone in America is really stressed out and sad and unhealthy. And that kind of gave me a little bit of perspective on how much I truly want to be working and how I really need to incorporate more like life balance in what I do, to not like live to work, but work to live in a way that enhances my life and something that I want to do out of enjoyment and out of service to others. So that was a big revolution for me. And then I was like, screw this, because I felt so isolated in a house. We don't really have any amenities, and everyone that we live by is at least like 60 plus. Like, we are the youngest people that live in this little neighborhood, which is beautiful, it's quiet, and we had everything that we needed. I'm not ready for that. And Chad also
is just like not loving it. We want somebody that we can call to help us take care of like things that are broken. It's not something that we want to handle. We don't want to handle landscaping. We want to be a little bit more involved in like people and at least have the opportunity to like go to the pool, or our new place has like a sauna and a steam room, and that's so cool. And there's a little business center that I get to work in, and it's just a different way of life. So this year has just been checking boxes off of figuring out what I don't want in life. And honestly, that's how you get one step closer to figuring out what you do want. Half of being smart is knowing what you're dumb at. Half of knowing what you want is knowing what you don't want. So we are slowly chipping away. And I have a very good feeling about the back half of this year. I feel very just aligned and on purpose, and I genuinely don't feel like I've ever been happier. And I can truly say that, and I feel so happy and grateful to be able to say that, is that I genuinely feel so where I'm meant to be right now in every sense of what I'm doing. So grateful for this chapter. Stay in an apartment. All right, we came back home. I have so much stuff from moving in the back of my car that we just like haven't gotten to yet. We'll get to it at some point. But I came home, had a phenomenal live with Megan in the Beyond Built community where we got to introduce ourselves, share our stories. So cool to uncover pieces of your story every single time that you tell it, and when you hear somebody else's story. So cool that we got to share that together. And now I'm going back to Fit Club because I need to go pose and get some cardio in. We have an apartment gym here, but there's something about the posing room that you get that mirror back there and you can just like see your back shot and everything. So very excited about that. Chad and I might get some sushi tonight. It's gonna be a good night. So we'll take you along with me to Fit Club, maybe show you some posing clips. I'm still very much a baby deer when I pose, but documenting everything, keeping it raw and real, even when we're not good at things yet, because you gotta be bad at something before you can be good at something. So headed to Fit Club. I will show you when we're there. We are back, baby. Home from the gym. I didn't actually film posing. I just went in and got in the zone, did my cardio, and I came home and Chad ordered sushi. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
I wanted some sushi.
Very grateful, and I want to show you guys how I'm tracking it in prep and what I chose to do. So I got hand rolls because they are lower carb than normal rolls. They were buy one, get one free. So I got two, I can have one tomorrow. I got a California hand roll, a ton of pickled ginger. I literally wrote, I want a ton of pickled ginger in the notes, and they delivered. Then I got some nigiri, and I'm gonna weigh out the fish and the rice to make sure that it's exact. And I have a seaweed salad somewhere over there. Chad got this beautiful roll. I got to pick out his rolls because he trusted my judgment. What are your other ones?
Hold on. I might have spilled miso soup.
I don't remember what those are, but this was also buy one, get one free, so he gets another roll tomorrow. And this just looked really good
tomorrow.
On the website. Oh, fire. 4 rolls one night. And Bean is joining the sushi party. So that concludes my day in the life, my updates on my life. Thank you so much for watching this video. Comment, share, like, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.